When we move into the mid-level management, what we found is that there's a few metrics that they like to focus on. And these are typically the metrics that drive things like a bonus. So things that have to do with revenue or return on investment, which means we're talking about things like conversions and conversion rates and ROI and the revenue that we're producing with the marketing activities that we're doing. What we found is that there's a lot of different formats for this kind of reporting, but this type of report consumer will have the time, they'll have the bandwidth to go through and actually do a little bit more in-depth exploration. So we may use an Excel spreadsheet that has many, many tabs that's keeping track of trends over time. And if we see that we're getting better ROI over time, or we're making more money in bottom line revenue, or our cost per acquisition has been decreasing, these are the kinds of things that they can use to justify the work that they're doing and say, yes, we have a good marketing plan, or here's where we need to improve upon it. Now, the other things that we can certainly do are give access to Google Analytics packages or any other analytics tool that we're using. We can create dashboards here to, again, provide a different level of detail. And of course, we can build our own dashboards, either using third-party tools that are out there that take in data sources from more than just Google, but any other kind of data source we want to give it. For example, we could bring in raw sales data from our internal sources of our clients, or we could bring in social data from the social networks themselves. And we can even generate custom reports that help them see very quickly, are we on track, are we under target, or are we performing above target? And these are the kinds of reports that we found to be helpful in that mid-layer of management. Now, at the very end, if you are fortunate enough to have people that are inside the client organization that are working alongside with you, so the analysts that are out there, or people who are co-managing campaigns with you, or a marketing department that's very hands-on and working with you to orchestrate a cross-media or a cross-channel promotion, you are in luck and you should be sharing all the data and information that you can. At least this is the stance that we take at Cardinal Path. We love to share this. We love to educate. We love letting people know how to use this data so that we can benefit together as a client and agency team. So in this case, if you have access to an AdWords editor, give them access to an AdWords editor or an Excel spreadsheet or raw access into the Google Analytics interface, or even build your own tools or give access and trade access to internal tools that are built. What we found is that the more data that we have to share between each other at this level, the better outcomes we're going to have as a team together. And that's really how we want to work with it. In fact, we call our clients partners, and that's really how we view them. Our success is nested in their success, and we want to make sure that we're growing together. Now, at some point, when we start doing lots and lots of reporting. And as our agency grew, we had lots and lots of clients, and we had lots and lots of new accounts and new account managers and new people coming on board. And suddenly the manual creation of these reports started to take its toll. And what we found is that there's lots of ways we can invest in the automation of some of these reports. Now, there's always the need for human insight and time to work with this data and understand what it actually means. But generating a lot of these dashboards can be done through all kinds of third-party tools, things like Clipfolio, or Next Analytics, or even using Google Scripts and Google Drive to automate the process of bringing in Google Analytics data and other pieces of data to automate the process of showing how these reports look, can be something that you invest in one time, and that really helps your agency to grow, because you don't have to do that every single month anymore. Instead, you're using that time, that the valuable time, to look at the data and draw the insights, rather than prepping the data and taking screenshots and dumping the data and copying and pasting and creating new charts all the time. All of those sorts of things can be automated. So it's one thing that we want to consider, and that really helped us as an agency as we grew, was to do a lot of the automation of those value-added reports so that we could spend our precious time on the insights and the things that would drive our recommendations to continue to get better month after month.